Hey guys, I was gonna do a melt today because it's not horribly cold, but I'd have to wear this coat to be out here for any length of time, and I really don't want to melt the coat. So I'm not doing a melting video today. And I figured I did the last 3 videos were melting videos, so I figured I'd do a little chit chat video. Yeah, today I decided I'm gonna treat myself a little bit and go out and enjoy some of the money I've been making, you know, shoveling and scrapping metal, so I'm gonna go do that. And I made a couple of molds last night. I planned to melt copper, but one of the reasons I'm hesitant is I have, well, the foundry is starting to fail. Like the paint's melting off the outside, so that means it's getting hotter and hotter every time I use it. And like, I usually like it hot, but that is a problem, because that means, one, melting copper takes high temperatures. So it takes more heat to melt copper than other things. And the more heat that's escaping is less heat that I actually have inside. So it'll take longer to get it up to temperature, which in turn means I have to burn more coal. And, well, I'm trying to be as least wasteful as possible, as most wasteful as possible. I don't want to waste anything if I can help it. So I was looking into Kel wool and furnace cement. The Kel wool's up to good to 2,300 degrees, and the furnace cement would be up to 3,500 degrees, which should be adequate. So I was thinking I'd line it with the Kel wool, just one layer, and then slacker it up with the furnace cement. So then it'd be have a nice heat-resistant coating. So you'd have to, you know, blow through the 3,500 degree mortar to get to the 2,300 degree Kel wool, which I'm not sure how all that works with coal fire in comparison to propane, which I know heat's heat, but a coal fire could be hotter in different places. And I know the same thing goes for propane and stuff, but like, coal's a little different. It's a different animal. It could be 3,000 degrees where the air's blowing in, and, you know, 2,800, 2,500 on the other side. And where the coal's touching directly, it's probably, you know, much warmer. So I had a couple design ideas, but I don't know what I want to do. Like here's a rough part. I was thinking about getting a second bucket, a smaller bucket, and putting inside of the big bucket, and then filling it, cut another hole in it, seal both the holes, fill the other bucket with sand, line the inside with one layer of Kel wool of the new bucket, the smaller bucket, and then line that with the furnace cement. So then I'm literally losing 0 heat except out of the top, which I need a lid to. I got my fire bricks reasonably cheap, so them breaking isn't a big deal. But I really don't want to break all my fire bricks, because I did have the intention of making a furnace out of fire bricks, or a smelting oven, or a smithing oven. What are they called? A forge. I did plan to make a forge and a furnace out of those, because they're good to 2,800 degrees, I think. So it was a pretty good bet. So, with all that aside, I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to go get me some good food. Maybe Subway or sushi, or I'm going to treat myself to something better than good old grandma's cooking. And I'm going to ponderize what I'm going to do to fix that foundry. I have a couple of plans. the sodium silicate perlite idea and the cow wool. They're both ideas, so I'm not sure which one I want to go with. I was also thinking about the sodium silicate idea and perlite. If I get the finest perlite I could, if I could use that to make my own crucibles, because that stuff's pretty fire resistant. But then I was thinking about working on a waste oil burner, which that's a whole other thing too. I'm not sure if I want to do that, because I've got to find someone that's going to give me their oil, and I don't know anybody that might do that. So everyone has their, fancy little protocols to everything they do. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm living in a fake world. But that's besides the point. So, I don't know. This video is pretty much just to break up the monotony from melting stuff. I want to do a video of mostly melting, but I want to do it with a lower temperature metal like aluminum. I found a gazebo down the road, and it was all broken. I was like, oh man, I hope that's aluminum. I'll melt the crap out of it, but it was steel, so that got ruined. There's some aluminum over there, I think, but I don't know who it belongs to. And I'm about ready to head into the store, so I'll get back to you guys with some more information a little later. Thanks. So, I just got off the bus. I decided to make this kind of like a my day kind of documentary. I don't know. Not a lot to discuss as far as projects go. I mean, I got a ton of things I want to make, but like I said before, half the supplies. And it's been so cold outside. But all that's besides the point. I am going to the best local buffet there is. Chinese buffet. It's a little congratulations to myself for the money I've been making, even though I'm not making enough money to really do anything with, and I probably shouldn't be spending it on this. I'm gonna enjoy myself a little bit because eventually I'm gonna die, and I don't want to have too many regrets. And I would regret not going to Chinese. That's what's happening. I might stop by and see if my brother's working. He works around here. Alright, I was gonna give you guys a sneak peek of the inside, but like I said, I don't like to film in public. So this is like as much filming in public as you'll probably ever get from me. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you after my engorgement. Well guys, I just got done eating. So I wasn't gonna talk to you again till I went to the next place, but well, I got 6 minutes till the bus shows up till I get to the next place, so I figured now is just as good a time as ever to have, add on to the day in life of Alex Konway. Yeah, and I think that's gonna be the title. So, Chinese, freaking amazing. I had some disappointing things, but the sushi wasn't as good as normal, but my waitress is, oh my god. Like I totally have her babies. Like, she was so cute. And like okay, so she was like super cute, like, little Chinese girl cute, but then like anime Chinese girl cute, but then she had like this super nice personality. Yeah, personality. But she was nice too. We definitely had a language barrier problem, but that's all right. It was a nice dinner at a show, and she was nice to speak with for whatever information we could actually pass from person to person. And I feel so stuffed. I'm hoping to hit to the next place before the Chinese food takes full effect, and I either want to sleep or, desperately use the restroom, whichever one comes first. I already kind of feel like sleeping. But Alright, well, I'm going to show you guys the next place. I might actually videotape inside because, well, the workers are more degenerate-like than I am, and it's usually a pretty empty store. It's usually a pretty big place. I plan to spend an hour there to look around. I'm looking for a belt sander so I can hog away more material quicker on my projects, but they're hard to find and kind of expensive. My brother obviously didn't show up. But alright, guys. My bus should be here in about now, so I'll be back. So we're here. I'm at a store, they call it Value It. It used to be a Value City or something. And they sell all kinds of weird stuff here. And I'm out in one of the toll areas. I'm not going to do a lot of talking because there's more customers here than usual. And I don't want no problems. Plus, like I said, I hate filming in public. Like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I don't even know what that is. What do you think that is? Fish and stuff. Drill bits. I'm looking for a good vise or a clamp and a good sander. I don't think I'm going to find it in this section. Alright. There's too many customers. I'm going to get back to you in a little bit. The toll section. Alright, guys. So I'm up here in my hangout spot. Got a picnic table in a garage, you know. It's kind of cool. That's a second story of a garage. I come up here and sit sometimes and either wait. I don't know if I actually ever shot a video here or not. I may have, but I usually come down here and wait for the bus, or if I'm playing Pokemon, I wait for somebody to meet me or something, or for some reason or another, and I show up at this place. They have this cement picnic table in this parking garage. It's, I don't know, just odd. Nice place to chill. Look at the view. See all the mailmen. So I didn't videotape as much as I wanted to today, but this is pretty much what I do sometimes when I'm off from sitting around the house. Not really. I got back from the store I was at, and I wanted to go to 2 other stores, but the bus came just in time I came out the door, so instead of waiting for the next bus to check out 2 10-minute stores, I didn't want to be stuck there for an hour, you know? So I found a 4-in-1 lathe scroll saw sander combo thing, and they want $20 for it, but I can't turn it on. I can't tell if it works, so I gave the guy my number to give to the guy actually selling it, and hopefully they'll get a hold of me. I'll let you know, let you see it. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna let you go. My bus just showed up, so this might be the end of my journey today, but I might go somewhere else yet. I don't know. I got a day pass, so I got time. I'll let you know. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey. So, by the way, I did shave my head. See? But anyways, I want to do a little bit of a recap. I stopped by the collectibles store that I was selling some of the stuff at, but found out that he was really out to make some money, so that's why I did the whole eBay account. But he did tell me that he might be looking into a big project and he might need another person, and I told him that I know a fair amount about collectibles and antiques, so plus I got some, you know, I can lift some weight, so if it's anything to do with, you know, moving boxes, I'm pretty capable. So I went and talked to him about that, and he took my name and number. And that's something I did. Overall, I'm kind of just recapping here. There was some strange people out today. I ran into a guy that was dressed as a woman. He was probably mid-50s, and he was rocking like hooker boots and a red wig. Yeah, that was interesting. And then I ran into some old dude that I see a lot. He's an old African American fella, and I see him chilling out on park benches sometimes. I feel kind of bad, but today he was off. Like he wasn't the way he usually is. Like, not that I really know the guy, but he wasn't like. Usually he's quiet and to himself, and he's usually somewhere off on the side, or walking around the bus station and staying warm. But today he was like screaming at like he was having like a mean conversation with somebody that wasn't there, and I'm like, I don't know, like there's some strange things going on. Like, I thought it was just me. I thought it was just like what was going on around here, but it's obviously not just me. So that's something else that was interesting. I know I told you about the 4-in-1 lathe thing that I was looking at. I left that dude my name and number. I'm hoping he calls me, because I would happily drop $10 on it if he can't prove it works. 15 if he can prove it works. And he can go over the parts with me and let me know what I actually need to fix it. Like, there's some parts missing, but if the actual motor or the machine works, all the pieces were there for a lathe. So, a miniature lathe. And it's also supposed to be a sander and a jigsaw and something else, so I mean, if all of the things work and all the parts are there, I can get the parts cheap. I'd happily drop 15, but I'm not giving him $20. And if he's selling it for vintage, old tools kind of stuff, because it's got to be like, I don't know, 80s. It's pretty. It's old. You can tell by the box and stuff. I'm guessing probably 80s. So if he's selling it for vintage purposes, then I probably won't get it for 10 or 15. But if he's selling it for someone to actually use it, I might be lucky. So I'm hoping he gives me a call. That pretty much sums it up. I mean, I might go back out tonight, but it is freaking cold out there. And I've been out since about 9:30 in the morning, and it's, I don't know, 4 o'clock, maybe 5 now? I don't really know. I don't have anything to check the time on. Let me look for a second. 3:30. It's only 3:30, so it's not too late. So I figure maybe after I warm up for a little bit, maybe I'll go back out and catch the next 4:50 bus, because I do have a day pass and might as well use it. On another note, on the way downtown, we drove past this place and there was 2 bags of aluminum cans outside. Now, I absolutely hate melting aluminum cans because there's so much waste, so much dross, it takes so much time. But I was thinking, 2 free bags of cans. Well, we went back through and they were gone. So somebody scarfed them up already. So I won't be melting those. But it was something I saw that I thought was interesting. Aside from that, today was alright. I mean, today was one of the better days, which is saying something, because the most fun thing I did was, go to the Chinese restaurant, and they didn't have the sushi I like. But, I mean, at least I got to be entertained by a very beautiful waitress. That was a nice little consolation prize. I shouldn't say that. That was probably better than the sushi, even if the sushi was there. But I was there and I got one of those those bun things that they steam and they have like yellow stuff inside of them. And I saw the guy put them out. And he put them in the lower compartment so they could steam faster. So I went over and snuck one when no one was looking, and they were still kind of cold in the middle. So I was kind of worried I was going to get sick off of that, but I didn't. But stage 1 of the Chinese food already hit. I already cleaned out the pipes. Yeah, it's a good clean way of saying it. And now I'm ready to take a nap, but I don't really want to sleep, so I went and picked up an energy drink. And I did the math, and I somehow lost like $3 or $4. Like, I don't know what happened to it. Like, I was like, did I stop somewhere else and buy something? Did I pick something up? Did I get an extra drink or two? I was like, even if I got an extra drink, I'd still be, short $1.50 or so. So I was like, I don't know what happened, but somehow I lost like $3. I'm kind of mad about it because every penny I don't spend is something I put back towards getting a new camera or getting tools to better my inventions or projects. And so I was a little miffed. Back to eBay. I know this is totally jumping around, but I don't got a script. Like I'm kind of just like, saying what comes to mind as it comes to mind. I sold 3 items. Now, I sold 3 items and I shipped them out. And the money's in PayPal. I'm waiting for it to get cleared so I can claim it. So I sold 2 stacks of trading cards and a bag of 22 old wrestlers for a total of $51, give or take. And it cost me $15 in shipping and handling. So I got $51. I gotta take $15 off for the shipping and handling. So that gives me $36. And then I gotta split the $36 3 ways. So then, out of actuality, after all the work I did, I get $12. But that's $12 I didn't have, and $12 I got for stuff that, was just sitting around here. The wrestlers were pretty beat, and the cards I sold were off-brand, like Teenage Mutant... Oh, man, I can't even speak. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Gundam. Like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of them, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trading cards and Gundam trading cards. So, I sold those, and that'll rank up my bank account another $12. So that's pretty good. I do have probably about 100 items to list, and I probably have about 14 on there right now. I've been really taking my time. So, I usually do it when the weather's bad outside. I throw a couple things on eBay. But recently, I've been doing a lot of melt videos instead of doing this. But I'll get back to it. But by all means, if you guys can find it, check me out on eBay. Check me out on Patreon. Check me out on Facebook. I go under the alias of Alex Konway, or Another Block is my channel name. So, look me up. See what I'm all about. This video is kind of partially of what I'm all about. Today was, in a nutshell, what I usually do on a more crummy day that I have a little bit of money to enjoy myself with. It's a dumb video, but I needed to take a break from melting, because if I keep doing melting videos in a row, I'll end up destroying my foundry. I did go and find a whole box of different styrofoam things. Eggs, circles, triangles, all kinds of different styrofoam things that I can cast and practice styrofoam casting. I did try to cut styrofoam. I wanted to make styrofoam dice, and I was looking to do a aluminum bronze hammer like Paul's Garage and SW Dweeb did for their competition. And I was cutting some styrofoam to make a hammerhead, and I like the shape it turned out to be, but I want to make sure I not perfect, but have a good feel for styrofoam casting before I do it. And maybe get some better tools for that too, because until I have a reliable sander, like grinding things with a file for, cosmetic small pieces to, knock off some edges or rasp out a hole, whatever. But if you're trying to take a 1/4 inch of material off of a surface, it takes a while. It takes a long time. The good thing about it is I went and by sitting there filing my fidget spinner for 2 days, probably 5 or 6 hours collectively, I am collected a bunch of aluminum dust, which is, some of it's air float, some of it's not so air float, but it's very fine. It's fine enough. And I still have that bag of rust, so I do have the stuff to make thermite. And I'm looking for a good project for thermite. I don't know really what I want to do with it. I know it's a very powerful reaction. I know it emits very high heats, and I'm trying to think of a good thing I can use it for. I mean, it doesn't have to be constructive or something fun and fun to watch. Like, I don't want to be one of those guys that try to like blow up a watermelon, use a thermite, or see if I can burn through a watermelon, use a thermite, or any other fruit. I want to do something somewhat useful. I was thinking of maybe trying thermite welding, but I thought that might not be as exciting. But we'll see. I mean, if you guys have any ideas and I start getting views, please check them in the comments, and more likely I might take your advice. And if I keep things going in a positive cash flow manner, you might even get a surprise out of it. I mean, I do want to, if I get people to enjoy what I'm doing and further, my dreams, per se, further what I want to try to do here, that I would love to compensate if I can. As it stands, I'm still not in the positive. Like, even doing what I'm doing, most of the money I'm making off other things. Like, yeah, I'm making a portion of money from this eBay thing, and it's kind of linked to the YouTube thing, but it's not really. Like, I'm putting a lot of that money into transportation, food and drinks, some items for this stuff, like all those steel crucibles and stuff you saw. I bought those out of money I made doing this stuff. So, I mean, I don't make enough money to do anything too spectacular, and that's something I want to change. I want to get a GoPro. I want to get a good sander, belt sander, some sort of sander. And I want to get proper crucible tools and a second crucible just in case my first one fails. And I need to get new refractory material. So, yeah. That's kind of like some of the goals I got going on. I mean, a GoPro is chargeable, so I wouldn't have to buy batteries anymore. And I can wear it, so I don't have to use my hands, so I can film the entire process. So instead of, putting up the camera, filming the process, me leaving the scene to go and, grab something, or, having to adjust the camera every time, I could wear a camera. And, I could have two cameras going, and it might take more editing, but you get better videos. So that's something that's good for everyone. But alright, I do apologize for the way I've been talking. I don't know what's wrong with me, but it's like, I don't know, tired. This is what happens when I'm out all day. Speaking becomes a chore, but hopefully you guys enjoy this, get a feel for who I am, get an idea of some of the things in the future. I did make another list of things to do to better what I'm doing. I've been checking stuff off of it very rapidly. I made the list 2 days ago, and I already checked off 3 or 4 things. So, I mean, I'll fill you guys in when I'm over halfway done. But, alright, thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you enjoy. Later on.